I don't really get to talk to people about weight loss because I think it's still like a taboo subject in a lot of spaces, and because it's still a triggering subject in a lot of spaces and such a traumatic subject in a lot of spaces, that when we talk about weight loss or the size of our body or the shape of our body or any of those things, we automatically get defensive because we're like, don't come for me. Something that I've realized about losing weight, right? I'm on a weight loss journey. I've been on it, I can't even remember. And I've suffered from ED probably since I was like 14, 15, 16, because it was a way for me to be able to cope and control the environment. I could control myself. I could control what I ate. I could control what was put into my body. And now I'm at a place at 48 where I don't have a vision of what my body is supposed to look like as I'm losing weight, right? Like I haven't looked at somebody and said, "Ooh, I want their body," because that was never the kind of person that I was. I never looked at a person and said, "That's the body shape I want." But by the time I was 20, I was pregnant, and I was pregnant until I was 26. And since then I've had the body that God gave me, which I'm blessed. But my weight loss journey has been more about health because I'm really like diabetes and things like that. So I wanted to get my weight down, get my fiber up, get my body more mobile, those type of things. But now I'm at a space where I don't know what to do with the body that I have, right? Because I know what to do with the body I accepted, but I don't know what to do with the body that I have. And I'm not even quite sure if this particular body is the body that is like my da-da, or if I'm still searching for something. So like that's one of the journeys that I'm on right now. And I think that being able to acknowledge that, hey, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm going to enjoy each stage of this is the first step for me. And just getting to a place where I learn to accept each version of my body, because I've had to do that. Because mentally, when you have ED, your brain thinks that's not good enough. That's not good enough. And I still stare at those parts of my body that I think need to be refined, need to change. But a lot of that has to do with me controlling what's happening. And now that those things aren't happening anymore, I don't feel the need to control those things. So it's so interesting. This like the mental health part of weight loss. In my head, I would think, oh, if I lose the weight and the numbers go down, I'm going to feel great. And it's not that I don't feel great. I just feel confused, because when you're faced with a body that you thought you would never have, but you don't really have a version of that body that you want or that you understand, and you have to learn how to work through the different steps of acceptance and the different steps of grief, so that you can holistically take care of yourself, right? From the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And it's interesting. Those are the words I'm going to use right now, because I'm not able to articulate fully, because I'm just really starting to work on it. I was talking to my husband and I was just like, it's interesting when you don't have a version of you that you want to look back on and be like, that. And that's what I'm working on. Like, that's the thing I'm working on. Not looking back, but looking forward, thinking about it, really getting an idea of what this body does and being proud of what this body has done. And also mourning what I've done to this body, right? Because that's a big part of this whole weight loss journey and this ED journey, right? Going to therapy, learning how to cope, learning how to have better conversations with yourself in your head, learning how to feel more connected to your body and how to not disassociate from your body when you're triggered or when stressful situations happen. And that's continuous. Like, that doesn't go away just because you went to therapy or just because you're working in mental health. Like, if not, it shows up a whole lot more, because now you're really saying, hey, I acknowledge that I fumbled. I've fallen forward so many times. These are the lessons I've learned from falling forward. These are the lessons I've learned from falling back. I don't want to go back. I want to go forward. And so I have to learn how to readjust myself, learn how to recreate conversations with myself, learn how to be more active in how my mind sees my body. And that is something huge that I'm working on. So I just think that there's a lot of us out here feeling that crunch, that pressure, right? And you don't know exactly what you're looking for, but you're trying to figure out how to attach that feeling to words and how to attach those words to action. And I think that that's like a place I don't really hear people talking about. I hear people like going and exercising and, like I really like the way my arms look. And I'm like, oh, super cool, not knocking that. And I see people who lose weight and sometimes lose their identity because they don't know who they are outside of like the shape of their body. Okay, I can see that. I also see people who lose weight and then they somehow shame their old selves for what they have gone through when that body is still here. Like that body did all the fucking work it was supposed to do to get you here. It is a strong body. It's a nurturing body. It is a willing body. It's an able body. It's a loving body. It's a gentle body. It's a patient body. But I've also seen where we get to a space where you can feel so lost that you put in so much work to make your outward appearance look more aesthetically appealing to others and not yourself. And that is something that I'm focusing on because, my mom gave me great skill set. She taught me to love myself above everything. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But with regards to my looks, I don't focus on my looks as much as I did when I first kind of started spiraling out of control with my ED. I was modeling. I was around a bunch of small people. I was around people who were nitpicky about everything. On top of me already having my control issues with the ED, I then went into this space where I wanted to look like them, right? I wanted to be like them. I wanted to have the figure like them so that I could model like them. And I wasn't them. And that's where the unmature mind, the impressionable mind gets caught in all of this. And when I got to a place probably like in my 20s, I'm like, hey, this body gonna do what this body gonna do. And it was never that I was satisfied with the body or not per se. It was mental, right? Because when you mentally have dismissed, mentally have discouraged, mentally have, debased your body based off of the weight that you think you were supposed to have, based off of somebody else's opinion and or aesthetic preferences, it was just interesting, right? Like the things that we put our body through and don't apologize for, like to ourselves and to our bodies, because your body is the bomb.com, right? Like this is the body. This is it. And when it don't work, it don't fucking work. And as you get older, sometimes that shit don't work no matter how healthy you are. So it was just something that was on my head, on my mind, because I'm in the middle of this journey and I don't really get to talk to people about weight loss because I think it's still like a taboo subject in a lot of spaces, and because it's still a triggering subject in a lot of spaces and such a traumatic subject in a lot of spaces, that when we talk about weight loss or the size of our body or the shape of our body or any of those things, we automatically get defensive because we're like, don't come for me. Instead of having conversations so open and honest, but you need safe spaces to do that. But those open, honest conversations are such, like, it's like connective tissue for the soul. And we don't always get to connect to other people. We just get to We just have to put on that mask. And I ain't got no more mask. I mean, I just like makeup, but I promise you that the words be coming out of my mouth probably don't match the makeup that I have. I'm gonna work on myself, y'all. I promise. I'm not. But just food for thought. Food for thought. Think about it. What are you proudest of your body for? Like, what things have your body been able to accomplish? What things have you put your body through that it has rebounded from? What stress have you allowed into your body, your system, your soul, your mind, your organs, that you have not apologized to your body for, because it has done an amazing job of getting you where you need to be, even if it's not the body that you think you're supposed to have. Because there are people who have less ability than a lot of us, who are utilizing the body that they have to its fullest potential. And I'm not saying that it's not fucking hard. I'm just saying that's where you have to get to that space where you show appreciation to your body. You show kindness to your body. You show happiness to your body. You celebrate your body. You know, every morning when I wake up, I say, thank you for my eyes that can see. Thank you for my shoulders that can move. Thank you. I just thank different parts of my body, because I'm like, it didn't have to happen, but it's still continuing to happen. And that is the blessing in all of this. So that is my chit of chat for today. We'll see what happens later, but just something to think about. Be good to yourself. Bye.